Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the 18th meeting of the year. It is so good to see each of you. Sure good to see each of you. Miss Ann Harper is going to lead us in the invocation and pledge and national anthem. If you'll please rise. We're so glad to see each of you.
Thank you, Happy. Are there any concerns today? Yes.
My father-in-law had to go back into the hospital yesterday. He's been at home getting cared for at home, but he had an incident and had to go back in the hospital yesterday, so we're waiting to hear.
Okay. Any more? Okay. Okay. If you would join me in prayer, please. Lord, we lift up our prayers for the mother of Anita Von Treese, who is hospitalized in Houston, for the father of Mark Neese, who has also been hospitalized. We pray for their healing and strength for them and their families. In a world that sometimes is very contentious and unsettling, let us remember this prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is discord, union. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. In your name we pray. Amen. Would you please join me in the pledge to the flag, and followed by the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you.
Well, it's sure great to see each of you today. And now, if you have brought a guest, if you and your guest will please stand. Past President Richard Stanford's going to take the microphone around. We want to make sure that your guest gets introduced properly.
Hello, my name's David Dunaway. I'm a member of the Preston Center Rotary Club, just visiting with Allie.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Hi, this is Allie. I met her at the PCR Connect about 2 weeks ago, I believe. This is her second meeting. She's a commercial realtor. Welcome, Allie. We'd like to have her.
Welcome, Allie. We're so glad that you're here. We're so glad you decided to join.
Absolutely. To correct you, Allie's already in the application process. Has completed her email or her interview, and Yet another potential member here, English.
No, she's in the process too.
Well, in the potential, she's completed her interview as well just yesterday with Eric and I, and is very excited to have her. Do you want to tell us about yourself?
Interior designer, feng shui, Park Cities girl, grew up here. Really love the club, so I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
Welcome, English. We're glad you're here.
I'd like to introduce my guest today. He's Zubair Tuami. He is the president of our Rotary Club.
We're so glad you're here. Welcome. Special welcome to each of our guests. We're so glad that you're here. And Mark KASHAR is going to introduce and our PCR Connect advertiser today, David Goodson. Come on up, Mark KASHAR.
Thank you. Happy. Today our advertiser is RLG Consulting. RLG Consulting engineers and David Goodson and Stuart Markison. They provide civil engineering, structural engineering, surveying, and forensic services to clients across Texas and the United States. Over the past 67 years, they've worked on numerous iconic DFW projects, such as North Park, Dallas Arboretum, St. Mark's, Hockaday, Green Hill, as well as numerous projects for SMU, HPISD, Baylor Scott and White, Texas Health Presbyterian Hospitals, and where our July 4th parade ends in Moore Park. Recent projects include the new administration building for Baylor Scott and White, AT&T Discovery Plaza downtown, renovations to the Dallas County Records Building, and the redevelopment of the old Weir's Furniture Store into a new 12-story mixed-use office retail complex. RLG staff includes 25 professional engineers and surveyors, and over 65 total employees with offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Peoria, Illinois. Club member David Goodson retired after 38 years of the firm at the end of 2019 and was succeeded as CEO by club member Stuart Markison. Stuart represents the third generation of Park Cities Rotary, leadership at the company that Ray Goodson, a past president of a club, founded in 1953. Stuart's been a member of our club since 1999, and David's been a member of our club since 1982, so let's please thank Stuart and David for their support of the Hub.
Thank you, David. And now it's time for Happy Bucks. So this is where you share your news that you're really happy about today. And you can share it in whatever denomination you feel comfortable. You can share a $100 bill, $50 bill, whatever floats your boat. And so all the funds for Happy Bucks go towards honoring once a month we honor someone from UP and someone from HP that has provided exemplary service in the public service area. And so we thank you in advance for your happy news.
Wow. So, hi, I'm happy to be here given the last prank I pulled when I rooted for Navy over SMU. I had no idea that 3/4 of this room went to SMU, so I'm happy that you accepted me.
We're very happy you're here. Thank you.
Happy Bucks. Yesterday, Roger and I celebrated 43 years.
Wow, congratulations.
You married when you were 6
Congratulations,
years
Alice and
old.
Roger.
Since so many of us are from SMU, we're going to beat Memphis and get back on the winning track.
Fabulous. Thank you. We appreciate your Happy Bucks, and we're excited for all your great news. And now, Ms. Valerie Pellin is going to present the membership minute.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to share with you the advice I got when I became a new member and I looked at all the teams. So for those members who've been around a long time, and we have a lot of new members, when you look at all those ways you can volunteer, sometimes the list is overwhelming. So I'm looking at the teams, and this is the advice that a long-standing member gave me. They said, pick something that you can really get involved in. For instance, if your work week is crazy, pick something that happens on the weekend or at night. If you manage people and are peopled out, pick something where you just show up. The thing is to get involved. And I say this to members who've been members for a long time. Maybe there's new activities because new members have joined. So we want to mix the old members and the new members. We want people to feel more engaged. And the way to do that is to try new things. Now we have several things coming up. We have some socials. We have the Snyder Plaza tree lighting. These are ways that you can get involved. You don't have to stay the whole time. The thing is to get involved, meet some new people, and be engaged. That makes the club stronger, and that gets everybody feeling more like they're all members, whether you've been here for 20 or 30 years or maybe 2 months. So that's what I encourage you in this membership moment, to get involved, try some new activities, and get everybody feeling like they're part of the bigger club and bigger membership. Thank you.
And now Greg Pape is going to introduce Cynthia Grazer as a new member. Come on up.
Thank you, President Happy. Cynthia brings over 25 years of experience with executive search, talent acquisition, operational human resources. Her daughter is a pilot for the United States Navy, and her son is serving in the hospital industry. Cynthia is a staunch supporter of the military and has volunteered her time in serving military organizations. Her smile is contagious, and you will find she will bring to Rotary sincere enthusiasm, energy, and support towards service above self. Cynthia, glad you're with us. Go, get your picture here.
Thank you. Lovely. Welcome, we're so glad you're here. Thank you. And we're having a military appreciation team meeting next week, so I'll send you, week after next, I'll send you that information.
Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect timing. And now Miss Joy Gold is going to tell us about PCR Connect. Coming up, Miss Joy.
Thank you, Happy. All right, so I'm very glad Valerie just came up here because I feel like she read my mind, right? She was talking about engaging. So with that being said, please join us for our next happy hour event. Now, I have to ask, how many of you have gone this year to one of our happy hour or what we call Rcpc Connect events? Okay, so about what? Is that about half of you all? Okay, so that means you have either the one coming up or the one for next month because we want you to get one in before the end of the year. Okay, is that a buy-in? Hopefully that works. So we're going to be meeting on November 18th. That's a Thursday. We're going to be meeting from 5 to 7 at Walk Star. Not Rockstar, but Walk Star. It is located on the east side of 75 and Walnut Hill by Snooze. And from what I was told, they have great happy hour specials. Another thing about our network events, actually one of our new members, Allie, came for the first time to a networking event, and now she's going through the process of a member. So I know a lot of times when we're coming in and we're going, we really don't have a lot of time to know each other other than the few minutes we're here in the beginning and end. So let's get to know a little bit more about each other, and hopefully I'll see you November the 18th at Walkstar. Thank you.
And now Ms. Past President BARB Jeffries is going to tell us about the Bylaws Amendment. Please come on up.
Thank you, President Happy. We're going to do a little bit of club business here right now. You all received an email, which was the prior notice sent to all members. Came out on October 20th, that there will be a vote at today's meeting to amend our RCPC bylaws. So I'm going to read the amendment. We want to amend our bylaws to provide that the governing body of the club shall be the board consisting of 16 members of the club, namely the president, immediate past president, president-elect, vice president, secretary, treasurer, sergeant-at-arms, parliamentarian, director-at-large, and, here's the key, 7 elected directors. There are currently 6 elected directors. The additional director we would like to add will be responsible for public image. This public image director will oversee all of the club's public image efforts. For instance, PCR Marketplace, our club's website, the weekly program update, My Rotary Showcase, the Hub, Shutterbug, Media Relations, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and videography. So that person has been selected by the nominating committee. That is Mark Neese, so he is on the ballot. So per the bylaws, we need a quorum present and 2/3 the vote of all the membership for this amendment to our bylaws to pass. Thank you, Greg. A motion from the floor. And if I could get a second. I've got a bunch of seconds. If so, we move to adopt this amendment to the club's bylaws as stated. Is there any discussion? Okay. With not, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Woohoo! The motion passes. Thank you.
That's exciting, especially since about 1/3 of the club is on that team. So it's exciting. Thank you. So we have some fun things coming up. Please be sure to check out each of the TV screens to see and check all your emails. Check the calendar that we're sending out via email. Today is our Meadows Museum tour. We're getting a private tour provided by curator Doseth at the Meadows Museum at 4 p.m. If you can be sure to arrive by 3:45 so we can make sure we start right on time at 4, that would be perfect. It's not too late to sign up for the blood drive next Friday. Please share that with your friends and family. Anybody that you know that is a regular blood donor, we'd love to also get them added to the list. We have a special new request from Scottish Rite Hospital. They would like us to help unpack holiday trees and fluff them up so that they can get those out and ready. We just need 6 volunteers. There's a few more slots. That's going to be on Monday, November 22nd. I need to provide the list of volunteers in the next few days. So if you can sign up ASAP, that would be perfect. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it finally happened. We finally have a brand new RCPC club office. It is really cool. We had some kinks, so we had to move a couple times, but we are finally in the right place, and it is so beautiful. You're going to want to check it out. It's in Campbell Center. It's on the 20th floor, and so we're in 8350, and so because there's 2 buildings in Campbell Center. We have it's an incredible space. So set a time with Laurie to go up and see it. It's really beautiful. Check the TV monitors, and without any further ado, we will go ahead and introduce our speaker. I'm really excited about today's program. Holly Hollenbeck is our district membership director. She's going to share some great membership ideas for us today. Holly is a longtime Rotarian. She came to us from Omaha, so she has lots of great ideas that she can share with us to continue to improve our membership development and membership attraction. Without any further ado, let's welcome Ms. Holly Hollenbeck.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Madam President. I'm happy to be here to share with you some exciting news about our club and our district, but also challenge us all to be engaged in our responsibility to each bring one. So we're going to talk about that today, and why is it so important? You know, it's a matter of pushing the right button. And you know what's so funny is Mark's told me that this was going to happen because it happens to everybody. No, it's okay. Let me try again. I'm determined to make this work. All right. So we want to talk about the why. I mean, obviously, we're always hearing about bring members, bring guests. We got to grow Rotary. We got to grow Rotary. Well, here's why. Because in the USA, Rotary is losing people more than it's gaining. And at the rate that we're losing people in the United States, even though the world is gaining members, the U.S. is losing members. So we all know how vitally important Rotary is in our communities and in the world. And so we have to make a pointed effort of continuing to do what we can. And yes, we bring in lots of members at our club, right? We're really good about that. But we have to make up for the clubs that are shrinking. So we have to do everything we can to help with Rotary. Because if we continue at the rate we're going, our district has been losing about 3% each year. We're actually up this year. We have some fantastic news. We're up this year. But overall, each year in the last 5 years, we've been shrinking about an average of 3%. So at that rate, our district and Rotary will not be in existence in 30 years. So that really chokes me up because Rotary is very important to me. It's very important to all of us, and we know how much it gives to the world and how much of an impact we can have in our communities and worldwide. So we want to do everything we can to continue to get the clicker to work. Okay, so just a couple of statistics. Just keep in mind, we are looking good this year, but primarily the district is looking amazing this year because we brought in a new club, the Suicide Prevention Club, chartered with 52 new members. So, and then our club, Park Cities, and a round of applause for us, we brought in 20 members so far this year, right? So we're actually helping this district tremendously right now, Park Cities is, as well as obviously the Suicide Prevention Club that started up. So we're up 12% at our club this year. All right, that's fantastic. So we're helping the clubs that are shrinking. We're helping to make a difference so that our district doesn't shrink overall for the year. So bravo for everybody who does such a great job at this club. All right. Oh, for God's sakes, Mark. Oh, okay. I went too fast because there was another one. Okay, so obviously we know why it's important to bring in new members, right? Because it means a difference on impact in the world, right? It means a difference on impact. And we have to focus on not just bringing in new members, but obviously attracting and engaging the ones that are with us every day, right? Not just the ones that have been here a long time. We need to make sure that they're not getting jaded and numb and not coming very often. We have to engage them, but we also have to make sure our new members are engaged because most of the members we lose each year is because of, in fact, new members that don't feel engaged. They don't feel like they're part of us. And Valerie did a great job of talking about that today. It was perfect timing. You know, the engagement side of what we have as a responsibility in this club is huge. So I appreciate everyone. For instance, perfect example today. I got here early and 4, 5, 6 people were like, oh, we're so excited for your program today, Holly. And they've made me feel very welcomed and very, very much like, wow, that was really nice of you. Because it's not it's not a really exciting, like passionate topic, but they made me feel, much better about the fact that I'm doing my job as a Rotarian for this district. And you all are welcoming me in that role. So thank you for that. Now we're going to play a game, okay? So I want you to get a pen from your table if you don't have a pen yourself. And I want you to grab a sheet. It says, get to know, ooh, really loud all of a sudden. Get to know your PCR Rotary stars. So this is part of engagement. So we were talking about, Valerie mentioned a bunch of things that we can do. Valerie, by the way, is our club our club membership team leader. Actually, you're the director of the, right? Valerie, what's your exact title? Director of Membership. So she listed some things we can do to get engaged. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run through this list. Okay, so I want you to stand up if this applies to you,
And if the next one applies to you, you can just keep standing or you can sit back down. But I want you to tally up your points, okay? We're going to see who our engaged rock star Rotarians are today, okay? So 5 points, stand up, 5 points if you were or are a PCR president. If you've been a PCR president, now or in the past, stand up, you get 5 points. Wow, look at that. Okay, now keep standing if you've been a district officer or in a chair position on the district. And if that applies to you, stand up now. Anybody been on a district chair position? Oh, wow, we've got quite a few of you. That's awesome. Okay, you get 5 points for that. Next one, have you gone to a Rotary International Conference or a zone conference? Stand up if you've been to one of those two. Very good, very good. All right, those are fun, aren't they? We have the International Rotarian Conference in Houston next June. So we have no excuse. All of us need to road trip down there, right? All right, 5 points if you've sponsored one or more new member in the last year. Stand up if you've sponsored one or more new members in the past year. All right, I want every one of you to stand up for this next time I ask this question. One or more new members. All right, next one then, if you are a Paul Harris Fellow, +3 or more. That's pretty amazing. +3 or more. Paul Harris. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. Okay, so of those first 5, do we have anybody who got all of them? I want you to stand up. Look at our rock star! Stand up for Mr. Pape. Yeah, so we have one rock star out of our first 5. All right, now we're going to run through some other engagement activities, and please give yourself a point. You don't have to stand up. Let's have you stand up. Can you recite the 4-way test without looking each week? Can you do that? Give yourself a point, stand up. And we're going to boo and hiss those of you who have to look every week. But if you're a new member, we'll give you a break, all right? Okay. Next one. Duty. Do you have a duty weekly at the club meetings? You get a point for that. There's a lot of you. Come on, do you check people in? You do all the amazing electronics. What else? Okay. All right. Volunteered for or at a PCR service project. That should be just about everybody in here. Have you volunteered for a PCR service project in the last year? Stand up. All right, very good. Okay. Are you a club officer or a board member? You get a point for that. Who's a club officer or a board member? Okay, we got a few of those. How about team leader or committee chair? We call them team leaders here, but who are our committee chairs? Please stand up. Directors as well. Very good. Okay. Rotary have you been in Rotary for more than 10 years? Stand up. Look at this. About half of everybody. Okay. How about more than 20 years? More than 20 years. Congratulations. That's awesome. PCR, have you gotten a PCR award of any nature at the end of the year meeting? If you've ever gotten a PCR award of any nature at our end of the year meeting, stand up. Very good. Look at that. Look at all these engaged Rotarians. This is exciting. Have you been to, or excuse me, have you gone through PCR Legacy of Leadership program? Stand up if you've gone through the Legacy of Leadership program. And for you that don't know about it, you have a wonderful opportunity to do that every year. It's a fantastic program. I got to know some Rotarians really well through that program that are now very close friends of mine. So I highly recommend our new members and our members who have never done it to go to our Legacy of Leadership program and get involved that way. How about a PCR Connect event? Who's been to one of our PCR Connect events in the last 3 months? Last 3 months. If you've been to one in the last, oh my goodness. That's sad. There's not very many of you. Okay. Joy and I really want to see you at Woke Star on November 18th. All right. You can have some fried tofu with us. Okay. They have fantastic homemade Chinese food there. It's delicious. All right. You get a point if you've been to a district conference or roundtable in the past 12 months. Who's been to a district Wow, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Very good. All right. How about every Rotarian every year? That means you've donated the minimum $100 to the Rotary International Foundation. You're every Rotarian every year. Very good. Very good. Good. We've got some really involved. This is an amazing club. For those of you who are new, this is an amazing club. And if you don't, I've belonged to 2 other Rotary clubs, and I've visited tons and tons of Rotary clubs as in my role as district chair up north in 5610, and now down here in our great district. It's amazing how engaged this club is. So next one is, you get a point if you've acquired a meeting speaker for PCR. Have you ever gotten us a speaker? Very good. All right. Hey, we're always looking for good speaker suggestions, so reach out to the committee, presentation. Is that what it's called? Presentation committee? Speaker committee? Program. I should know that, right? All right. Have you brought a guest to one of our meetings in the last 3 months? How about in the last 6 months, have you brought a guest? Stand up. I'll let you have a point if you've done it in the last 6 months. All right. Okay, total your points up. If you got every single one of those, there's 15. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, very important one. Donated to the foundation, our PCR, Park City Rotary Foundation. Have you donated this year? All right, the rest of you, get going, get your checkbooks out. It's about that time. All right, so you get 15 points total. So tally yourself up. I want to know, add up, the 1 through 5 and your subtotal from these 15 and get me a grand total, because then I want you to stand up, those of you who have 20 or more points. And we know Greg's going to stand up for all of this, so he can just stand for now. How about, that is pretty amazing. I want a round of applause for those of you who have 20 or more points. Good job. Thanks for being an incredibly engaged Rotarian. How about 25 or more points total? 25 or more points total. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you. Fantastic. Let's give them a round of applause. That's pretty amazing. That's engaged Rotarians. All right. How about 30 or more? 30 or more points. 30 or more. We've got 3 people. All right. Down to 3. Let's see. How about 33 or more points? Oh, we've hit our winner, our rock star Rotarian. Everybody, he gets a standing ovation. Come on. That's amazingly engaged Rotarian. He's done a lot for our club and for Rotary worldwide. Good job. Good job. All right, so now I challenge each and every one of you to earn points this year. And it's not just about imaginary points. We actually have an opportunity to win a prize at the district conference at the end of the year if our club earns a lot of points in engagement. And Happy's Year will be a winning year. Like you see these banners here, we could win a banner next year. So let's all do our part to be engaged Rotarians and earn as many points as we can. And there's other ways to earn points than just this. I had to keep it within our time limit. But I'm challenging you to be the one that stands up next year as a Rotary star and become one that shines, putting service above self. So with that, we're going to go on to a couple more, and we have one more fun game that's going to be mingling around the room. So hang in there for a minute. All right, so who knows where this came from? Each one bring one. Who said that? Who knows who said that? Our new International Rotary President this year. That is his thing. He's challenging all of us, each one of us, to bring one. So what we're asking of you is bring, and this is my ask at this district, okay? How hard is it to bring one guest a month? I ask all of you to bring one guest a month. That's going to end up being 12 guests, right, in 12 months. And of those 12 guests, if you could just persuade one of them persistently until they become a member, you have each one brought one, right? We've met our ask from our Rotary International president. Because just imagine, it's not that hard to bring one guest a month. And if just one of those join, we have doubled Rotary worldwide if each one of us does that. Just think about the reach that Rotary would have worldwide if we could do that. I mean, that's an amazing thought, doubling the size of Rotary worldwide. We have over 35,000 chapters worldwide, clubs worldwide, and it would be amazing to see the size of those clubs grow because we have done our duty as a Rotarian this year, and each one have brought one. Okay. It's really funky. There we go. So, I love this quote. And my predecessor at the district level used this quote, and I'm going to, I stole it from him. It's a reminder that the electric light did not come from continuous improvement of the candle. And why do I say that? Why do I say that? I say that because we all know we do have a tendency in Rotary to get stuck in our ways, but we have to think outside the box. We have to think of new and inventive ways to get young people like this Mr. Rotarac over here, get people in his age range to join our club, and Allie, who we're so lucky to have, and remind me your name, English, and Allie, and tell me your name one more time. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm blanking up here. Anyway, it's important that we engage young people and bring them into our club, obviously, so we have to think outside the box. So a couple quick reminders. This is not low-hanging fruit, okay? This is fruit on the ground. We just need to bend over and pick it up, okay? So how many of you know somebody that used to be part of this club, okay? How many of you know someone who was a Rotaract member through our club? How many of you know four-way speech participants or RALA members? All we have to do is just reach out to them and ask them to come visit our club, and it's just a matter of doing that and doing that regularly. That's fruit on the ground. This is now very low-hanging fruit. All right. How many of you frequent a restaurant in your neighborhood? How many of you frequent a dry cleaners, an accountant? What other businesses do you frequent in your community all the time? Have you ever asked the business owner or general manager of that business to come as your guest? That is very low-hanging fruit, because who has more incentive to give back to the community than a local business owner? Who has more incentive to get to know other business owners and be part of an organization like that than somebody who has a business right here in our community? So all we have to do is reach out. Last year at Snyder Plaza, in the middle of the COVID stuff, I ran into a couple of the businesses that were open that day, and I gave them information about our club, and I said, we'd love to have you come as our guest. Now, I should have gotten their information and bugged them until they came, right? But that it's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to reach out to those people. You frequent them, and they recognize you're a customer of them. That's very low-hanging fruit. Your own spouse and offspring, and don't tell me you come here to get away from your spouse, because I don't want to know that. But you could bring your spouse, and you can bring your spouse and their friends. What about your friends? How many of your friends do not have never been to Rotary with you? I mean, that's very low-hanging fruit. And then obviously your business associates, your customers, your vendors, people you do business with every single day, or used to if you're retired. So now we're going to the low-hanging fruit. Interested in our next speaker. We get notice of who our next speaker is at every meeting, and all you have to do is write while you're sitting here and you hear Happy announce who our next speaker is. Who do I know that might like to hear that speaker? Text them. Hey, you want to come to Rotary with me next Friday? The Stars guy is coming. I know you love the Stars. Come as my guest. I mean, you can do that while you're sitting here hearing who our next speaker is, right? It's very easy. It's low-hanging fruit. The next thing is asking service group members, like in your church, other organizations that you provide volunteer work at. You know, when you're like when I'm down at Bonton Farms, inviting some of those people I see every Friday to come as a guest. Very low-hanging fruit. And then finally, how I joined is somebody I barely knew on LinkedIn reached out to me and said, hey, I think you might really like Rotary. Why don't you come as my guest? 10 years ago, in fact, I'm right on my 10 year. 10 years ago, someone asked me, barely knew him, and I came and fell in love. So it's a matter of just asking someone. You'd be surprised, acquaintances of yours on LinkedIn who may be overjoyed to have an opportunity to join a club like this and know nothing about it. So just reach out, and Facebook as well. We talk about posting all the time on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on different social media. It's about not just posting, but you can, and if you're lazy and you don't want to have to come up with a post, just share Mark's post, okay? Or share Happy's post, or share my post. And we post all the time. All you have to do is share it, okay? And if you're not friends with me, friend me. And then just share my posts, okay? Because it's an easy way to get word out about this club. So then, when you target them, and you send them a message on Messenger, or you text them and say, hey, Jane, hey, Brian, love for you to come to Rotary, Park City's Rotary with me next Friday. They're going to know, they're going to have seen some of these posts, and they're like, oh yeah, I would love to do that. They've gotten some, some idea of what it's about, and they are going to be thrilled to be asked. So then your ask is a gift to them. So just, post whatever you can. I tend to post, well, maybe I don't. I'm going to buy a new clicker for this club. Can I do that, please? It's not the, oh, okay, it's the wiring. All right, so here's just some of the posts that I've done over the past year. You can see the one on the my right-hand side. That's a post that came from Rotary International, and I've liked their Facebook page, and I just, every once in a while, I see great posts that they put out, and I share them to my page because they're fabulous. And the one in the middle I shared from a former club I belonged to up in Omaha because I thought it was a fantastic message about Rotary. And then the first one I showed engaging people having fun back at Rotary after COVID finally let us come back. So, I post things to help encourage my friends on Facebook and acquaintances to reach out to me and ask about Rotary. So the other one right here just is before the event at Schneider Plaza. I posted about it and I said, come down to Schneider Plaza last year. I invited my friends to come down and bring a toy. And then after the event, I posted cool, engaging pictures of how much fun we had. So it just, the before and after. And like I said, if you don't want to have to come up with the post, just repost one of ours. We all, lots of us, Mark and I and Happy and others post a lot. So just don't hesitate. So that's just the summary here is remember what we're asking of you. Each one bring one. And it's just a matter of engaging one person to come as your guest once a month. And out of those 12, I think you could probably persuade one of them to join, right? So we will have doubled the size of Rotary in 1 year's time. So let's all try that. And that brings us to our last game, which is also about engagement, because I'm sure even though some of you have been members here for many, many years, you don't necessarily know everything about everybody, and some of these things are gonna, this particular connection engagement game is gonna help us all get to know everybody in the room. So I ask you to grab the other sheet that says Find and Sign Game. And what you're gonna do, let's see what, we have enough time. Yes, we do. So you're gonna get 10 minutes to move around the room and get signatures for each one of these. And now keep in mind, there may be people that can sign several of those boxes. Okay, they're an attorney, they read books, they have a motorcycle, they can sign each one of those boxes. So you just have to find one person. Yeah, go ahead, questions? I'm not sure, maybe, yeah. So the time starts now, so start with the people at your table and then move around and quickly get signatures, and when the time's up, we're going to see how many of you got every box filled. Yes. One signature per box is all you need. Yes, I'm on social media. There you go. Yep. You got about 4 more minutes, and I have about 5 of these, so if you're missing some, you can come ask me.
I don't know if you or any of these.
Let's see, I've got, attorney. You got those. Yeah, you got the other ones.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you need an attorney too. You've got the other ones I have. Attorney. Yeah. You lived overseas? Those are the only ones you got. Didn't have. Nope, not either.
No. Can I have your signature though for a
You can sign yourself. It's next to. Any only children in here? People are struggling to find an only child. Raise your hand if you're an only child. There's people looking for you. Right here. I have not. Raise your hand if you've gotten them all filled in. I think Barb and Jennifer, anybody else got them all filled in? Shout out if you've got them all filled. Joy, oh, good job. All right. You got 30 seconds and then get back to your chair. All right, head back to your chairs. Time is running. Head back to your chair. If everybody could sit down, we're going to go through it and have you stand if any of these apply to you. So get back to your chair. Everybody sit down when you get a chance. We could. We should do this again with different topics. I agree. All right. Who got them all filled in? I want you to stand up and raise your hand if you got it all filled in. Good job. And how many of you that got it all filled in are extroverts? All right. So now I'm just going to run through these, and if it applies to you, I want you to stand up so we can all learn more about each other, okay? So who is a college athlete in here? Look at our college athletes. Nice. Okay, how about military service? Ever had any military service at all? Thank you for your service. Thank you. Wow, 6 of you. Past club president, and we'll give current club president can stand up as well. Very good. We have our Rotary president too. He got to stand. A business owner or a CEO? Who's a business owner or a CEO? Look at that. This is a cool club. Look at that. All right, lots of you. Okay, who has sold their business or sold a business? Stand up. Okay, very good. All right, realtors. I know that was a tough one. How many realtors? Oh, there were 3 realtors in here. Okay. Someone in the medical profession or medical field. Very good. 4 of you. 5 of you. Okay, financial services industry. Now, there's a lot of those. Happy? You need to stand up. Very good. All right. Attorneys, legal profession. That's me. How many attorneys? Look at that. Not too many of us. Who has worked for a nonprofit? We have a lot of those in here. Very good. Bravo. Bravo on your service. Thank you. Insurance agents or brokers? I don't see Kathy Wall today, but we've got 3 that are licensed. 4, 5 of you. Very good. All right. Who's an accountant or in a related field to accounting? There's our 2 accountants. 3 over there. 4. Very good. All right. Who is an avid book reader? That would be me. Avid book readers. We need to start a book club. Why do we not have a Park Cities book club? All right. Who's on social media every day? It's an addiction. Who works out more than 3 times a week? 3 or more times a week. Bravo! The rest of you, we want you to be here for a long time, so join us in the gym. All right. Grandma or grandpas? Raise your hand. I'm not. Grandma and grandpas. Very good. Congratulations. I can't wait. Well, I can't wait. My kids are too young. Who's an only child? I think there were only 2 of you. Only children. Only child. 3 of you. There were 3 of you. Okay. Who has never had kids? Never had kids. Those are all our young people. Oh, and a few? A few not? Very good. Very good. All right. Who is... Yeah, I was going to say... That is exactly where I was going. You beat me to the punchline. 4 or more kids. You can share them. 4 or more kids. Oh, come on. Jennifer has 4 or more kids. I don't know where she went, but Jennifer and Dan, 4 or more kids. All right. Lived overseas. Who's lived overseas? Wow. I'm impressed. Very good. About 10 of you. All right. 2 or more pets. Who has 2 or more pets? Okay, I originally had 3. Who has 3 or more pets? Stand up if you have 3 or more pets. 1 person? 1 person. Oh, 2 people, of course. You have a full house. All right. Who's been married 2 or more times? And this is nothing to be ashamed about. 2 or more times. 2 or more. 2 or more. All right. They sat back down really quick. I don't know. Golf or tennis every week? Who plays golf or tennis every week? Wow, very good. A lot of golfers, I bet. Who has traveled to more than 10 countries? Look at that. World travelers in here. Very good, very good. Yeah. All right. And who owns a motorcycle and or a boat? Okay, everybody make notes. If you want to get out on their bike or go out on their boat? No. All right. Well, that's a fun way to get to know everybody. It's an engagement activity, and I wanted us to work on feeling more engaged, like Valerie said in her membership minute. It's about engaging every single person here and making them feel welcome. And from the people that have been here forever to the people that are just joining, we've got to help all of us to feel engaged in our great club, because we really do have an amazing club, and I'm very, very proud to be part of it. So thanks for having me today as your guest speaker on membership, and each one bring one.
As I adjust the microphone. Well, Holly, we're so thrilled that you spoke to us today. Everybody had a lot of fun. A book is being placed at your honor at McShan Elementary. Let's give her a round of applause. And then we'll also get a picture in front of the screen after the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, Barb. Thank you, Holly. So thank you for the patience with the screens. It's not a clicker issue. We have a wiring issue with Maggiano's that we're hoping we don't have to front all of the costs. We're hoping we can coordinate with Maggiano's. So it's a negotiation process. And Scott McLaughlin is our Sergeant at Arms. He has an update for us.
So I'll make this fast. I'm here on my monthly quest to ask for donations to the Rotary Club of Park Cities Foundation. But I'm curious, show of hands, did anybody watch the Shelter Box event last night? Rotary shelter box. Not aware of it? Okay. Make that your assignment. Look it up, because the shelter box program was started by Rotarians about 20 years ago, and they put in a box everything that one would need if their life, their home, everything is blown away. Tornadoes, the hurricanes, the typhoons, the earthquakes in Haiti that occurred. They cost about $1,000 a piece, but this is unsolicited, but I'm asking you to look at it and consider making a donation. They raised, the goal was $250,000 yesterday, and the last time I checked, they were at about $220,000, and they were still going, so I assume they got that. And their inventory is low, they need shelter boxes. So check it out, it's a Rotary program, and it's well worth your support and your donation. November, everybody that had a birthday in November, first of all, happy birthday. And second, what's that? Oh, today is Lee's birthday. That's right. I've already said happy birthday to you, but happy birthday, Lee. There you go. And he's already made his contribution. So I'm asking the rest of you, consider making the $100 donation. It doesn't have to be your birthday month. You can make that donation anytime. So thank you for your support for this Rotary Club's own foundation.
And we'd like the November birthday people to come on up, and we'll get a picture of you. Come on up. Sure, we can have y'all buy the banner.
How about after the 4-way test?
No, we can do it now. We want to make sure everybody sees y'all, so we can wish you a happy birthday. What a great group. Happy birthday. Thank you. And now Zubair, Rotary President, has a special announcement for us. Come on up.
Thank you, Happy. So thank you for having me here today to talk about our event and project. So as you may already know, we made an international cookbook. And thank you for the Park Cities Rotary Club members, because like 70% of the recipes that we got, they come from your members. So our original plan was to organize like an event to launch the book, like make the people who provided the recipes to make to prepare them, cook them, make samples for tasting, and we invite people that day and where they can pre-order the book online. We tried to do the one of the Plano Parks pavilions, but like the city came back to us and asked for like $1,000 deposit, something we cannot do. So last Wednesday, some members went to the meeting of our other sponsor club, the North Texas Pioneer, and because we are working on a process to find another place, they proposed a church, and one of the members proposed like her workplace, kitchen, and dining place, but we didn't get any confirmation yet. So if any of you like can help to find like a place where you can host the event, and also since you provided 70% of the recipes of the date, I guess you will have to choose that. Since it's a tasting, is like people would come and go, so like maybe maximum 50 at the same time. That would be good. So that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll send an email announcement out so you can get all the details on that. And Jen, you missed it. Jen had a phone call, so the question was, how many of y'all have 4 or more kids? So Jen has 6 kids. Let's give her a round of applause. So, and if you brought candy, Joe is here to collect that candy. If you'll leave it over at Laurie's desk, and she'll make sure that gets sent to Hunger Free Philippines. And now, if you'll rise, Miss Cynthia Grazer is going to lead us in the four-way test.
The four-way test is an ethical guide for Rotarians to use for their personal and professional relationships. This test has been translated into more than 100 languages, and Rotarians recite it at club meetings. Please recite with me. Of the things we think, say, and do, first, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will be goodwill and better relationships. Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Oh.
Have a great weekend.
Okay, this table needs to start a book club. Everybody at this table. Captive audience. We're doing good. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, well, that football theme has really been a moneymaker for us. Football theme. For the weeks. Oh, yeah, oh, I got $20. How was that?